morning, caffeine-fueled freedom fighters. It's Saturday, May 24th, and if today's news feels like it was written by a toddler with access to executive power, don't worry, you're not sleep-deprived, you're just paying attention. Today, we've got Golden Dawn, downsizing national security like it's a garage sale, a tariff war with the EU that could cost you your next iPhone, and a leak crackdown so dramatic it involves polygraphs, NDAs, and a whole lot of side-eye. And yes, I'm doing all of this while balancing 4 kids, twin infants, and a mild urge to scream into the laundry pile. This is your SassCast, where facts are firm, filters are gone, and the only heels we're lifting are on our sneakers when someone steps out of line. Let's dive in. National security or just job security? Well, folks, the National Security Council just got a MAGA makeover on the Friday before a holiday weekend because, of course, President Golden Dawn greenlit a sweeping staff purge at the NSC, booting over 100 officials, including career experts and political appointees with barely enough time to clear out their inboxes. This shakeup follows the appointment of Secretary of State Marco Rubio as acting National Security Advisor. And let's just say Rubio's first move was less welcome aboard and more welcome to the unemployment line. The new structure puts Rubio at the helm of a centralized chain of command where Golden Dawn gives the orders, Rubio filters the message, and everyone else falls in line or falls out of a job. The White House says this is about streamlining and cutting bureaucratic bloat, but critics, they're calling it a partisan purge. Like, yes, let's fire institutional experts just when global tensions are peaking. What could possibly go wrong? This move tightens Golden Dawn's grip on national security decisions, making and drastically narrowing the range of perspective in the room. Because if there's one thing every stable democracy needs, it's fewer checks and balances on military strategy. It's giving loyalty test, it's giving dictator light, and it's giving a whole new meaning to Casual Friday. And just when you thought a late Friday purge of national security staff was enough chaos for one administration, Golden Dawn said, hold my tariff. Because while he was clearing out the NSC like it's Black Friday at Mar-a-Lago, he also decided it was the perfect time to poke the European Union with a 50% stick. And Apple? Oh, Apple's about to get bruised too. Let's talk about the kind of respect you can't get with an iPhone discount. Tariffs, you tantrum. President Golden Dawn is once again shaking the global economy like a snow globe, this time with a proposed 50% tariff on EU imports, plus an extra 25% on Apple products made outside the US. And if you thought inflation already had hands, just wait till it grabs your iPhone. The White House says it's about protecting American manufacturing and reducing a $54 billion trade deficit, but the EU is not amused, responding with a single diplomatic eyebrow raise and a request for, you guessed it, respect. Let's be real, this move comes just weeks after Golden Dawn scolded Apple for manufacturing phones in Asia, despite the fact that most US-sold iPhones now come from India, not China. The markets, they reacted like they had just walked in on Golden Dawn tweeting again. Apple stock fell 3.7% and the S&P 500 dipped. And analysts are warning iPhone prices could spike if US manufacturing becomes the new mandate. So, are these tariffs strategic leverage or just more political theater with a booming sound system? Because from where the EU is standing, they're watching America throw elbows at allies while whispering sweet nothings to adversaries, and wondering if the end game is global dominance or just main character syndrome in a very expensive sequel. Now, while Golden Dawn's busy picking fights with the entire European Union and threatening to slap tariffs on your AirPods, back home, he's got a new hobby, playing CIA with a polygraph machine. Because nothing says stable leadership like international trade wars and lie detector tests for your own staff. Let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes, literally. Lie detectors and loyalty tests, the leak hunt is on. Buckle up, folks, because the Golden Dawn administration is taking workplace trust issues to polygraph-level petty. Officials are now requiring lie detector tests across government agencies to root out even unclassified leaks. Not top secret stuff, just your run-of-the-mill workplace tea. The crackdown began after some eyebrow-raising personnel moves, like trying to hire a chauffeur inside the federal HR agency set off alarm bells. Now polygraphs are showing up at DHS, DOJ, and DOD, sometimes even without clear evidence of wrongdoing. Critics argue this is less about national security and more about weeding out dissenters. Staff has reportedly been forced to sign NDAs under threat of firing. The White House says this is common sense accountability, while experts remind us polygraphs are mostly reliable if you're starring in a 1950s spy flick. So if your Apple Watch buzzes during a meeting next week, maybe don't flinch. The new vibe, all leaks, no leniency, and the only thing more dangerous than whistleblowing is looking sweaty on government time. And while we're talking about government crackdowns, paranoia, and polygraphs, let's take a quick spin through the rest of the headlines that didn't make the main stage but are definitely dancing in the background of the political circus. Buckle up, it's time for your quick hits. Blink and you'll miss a coup. Pentagon says we're not pulling out of South Korea despite rumors. The Pentagon denies U.S. troops withdrawal plans. Whether that's true or just a strategic pause is to be determined. SCOTUS hands Golden Dawn a win on firings, except at the Fed. The Supreme Court ruled Golden Dawn can fire independent agency heads, just not the ones managing our interest rates. Big Beautiful Bill advances in the House. Golden Dawn's signature bill clears another hurdle in a late-night vote. Translation, someone's about to lose health care with a decorative ribbon on top. Oval Office white genocide video sparks outrage. Golden Dawn showed a long-debunked conspiracy video during a meeting with South Africa's president. Even John Bolton had to pop back in with a "that's not true." Ceasefire talks sparked by Putin's call. After a 2-hour call with Putin, Golden Dawn says Russia-Ukraine ceasefire talks are coming immediately. Insert your own eye roll here. Gaza war enters cruelest phase, says UN chief aide. Trucks looted, civilian casualties rising, international outrage reignites as the Gaza crisis escalates. UK probes Russia role in arson attacks. British authorities investigate Russian involvement in arson attacks on political allies of Labour leaders Keir Starmer. Subtly not trending. And now that we've danced through the daily dumpster fire, let's take a breath, unclench our jaw, and let the good vibes crash the party. Because even in a world where polygraphs are trending and tariffs might cost you your charger, there's still some joy to be found. Here's your Tell Me Something Good. In a delightful surprise, Kermit the Frog delivered the commencement address at the University of Maryland's 2025 graduation, honoring UMD alumna and Muppets creator Jim Henson. Kermit reminded students that life is not a solo act. It's about dreaming big and lifting others as you go. He closed with a classic Muppet movie line, "Life's like a movie, write your own ending. Keep believing, keep pretending." And honestly, same. And that's your Saturday SassCast, brought to you by sarcasm, survival mode, and a whole lot of iced coffee. Because while the world spins out, we're here spinning truth, dodging tantrums, and raising tiny revolutionaries who'll hopefully never have to hear the phrase Golden Dome defense system ever. Like, follow, and drop this in the comments. What was your "oh no they didn't" moment from this week's headlines? Stay grounded, stay gutsy, and stay exactly this allergic to bullshit. See you tomorrow!